Good day everyone. We have the topic of philosophical, psychological, and theoretical foundation of early childhood and education. Let's begin our day with prayer. Let's bow our head and feel the presence of the Lord. Lord God, thank you po sa araw na ito at sana po kami inyong patnubayan at gabayan sa mga oras nito at sa susunod pang mga oras. Sana po kami ay may matutunan ngayong araw na ito. Tapos na aming klase ngayong araw na ito at sana po kami patnubayan at lahat po na aming minamahal sa buhay ay inyong gabayan. Sa pangalan ni Jesus, Amen. Now, we will begin our discussion, but first, we will have a short activity. And that activity is titled with Eced. Here's the instruction. Read the question carefully and choose the right answer given below. We have 4 answers, corresponds with 4 questions. This answer is John Piaget, Humanistic, Cognitive Development and Maturation. The first question is, refers to the progression of mental process? Yes? Okay, right. This is cognitive development. Next is the process of biological growth and development. The answer is maturation. The first to make a systematic study and the acquisitions of understanding in children. Okay, the answer is John Piaget. It values individual experiences and promotes self-directed learning and personal growth. Humanistic.
Good day everyone, and I'm Myrrh, and I'm going to discuss to you guys ang cognitive development. At alam na natin kung ano, or may brief idea na tayo kung ano ang cognitive development. Since napag-aralan na natin yan nung first year tayo, and yung recent lessons natin with our Saturday classes. Pero again, let us all learn what is cognitive development. So any idea kung sino ang gumawa ng theory na cognitive development? Yes, and that is John Piaget. John Piaget studied children from infants through teenagers. So nag-aral siya ng pinag-aralan, or rather nag-interview siya and observed infants and teenagers. And doon na niya nalaman, o doon na rin niya na-document na there are different stages and components of children's cognitive development. So, what is cognitive? Yun ay ang pag-iisip. Development ng utak. Okay? So, alaman na natin kung ano ang description or what is cognitive development. Cognitive development refers to the progression of mental process such as thinking, reasoning, problem solving, and understanding. Sinasabi din dito, cognitive develop or the cognitive skills ng bata ay dun ay emphasize on how children learn to interpret the world around them. Also again, ang cognitive ay ang cognitive development ay nagfo-focus sa development ng utak ng mga bata. At din sinasabi ni John Piaget na may 4 na stages for a children to develop their cognitive skills, ganyan. Okay, alam na natin kung ano yun. Yun ay ang sensory motor stage, pre-operational stage, concrete operational stage, and lastly, ang formal operational stage. So yan ang 4 na stages ni Piaget for cognitive development. Let us all learn what is the first stage. At yun ay ang sensory motor stage, ages 0 to 2. So dito nagpo-focus na dito yung baby ay nagbibuild ng understanding of the world through their senses by like touching, grasping, or watching, or listening. Okay? So, dito na pumapasok yung pag-wiggle ng fingers, pag-shake ng mga rattle, pag-crawl, like, yung, alam ko may ugali din ng mga bata na minsan sinusubo kung ano yung nakikita, parang aso. Pero that's how they learn, that's how they develop their cognitive or how they understand yung nasa paligid nila. And for the second stage, yun ay ang pre-operational stage, ages 2 to 7 years old. During this stage, students build abstract mental processes. So, ano yun? Yun ay yung na-understand na nila yung physical, there are things beyond physical world. So, hindi lang yung physical things lang yung nangyayari sa mundo. Not everything is about their sensory anymore. Dito nila na-understand na, dito nila na-develop yung symbolic and language abilities nila. There are also behaviors in this stage, such as imitation. Dito, yung mga bata ay nag-imitate or they mimic other people's way of speaking, their actions, or someone they idolize, ginagaya nila. Dito din, sa stage na to, pumapasok yung symbolic play, so they could identify a stick as a sword, or they use a stick to play as a sword. Ganyan. Dito din, mas nade-develop yung imaginary skills nila. So, they could either draw, or have an imaginary friend, and they also use a lot of verbal cues in this stage. Dito nila natututunan yung word, or dito nila natututunan kung paano sabihin yung mga words like mama, papa, or if they're gonna describe something they feel like nilalamig, they use the word cool, ganyan. At sa stage na to, dyan nakukuha, or dito nakikita, dito, dyan, yan yung mga ginagawa ng mga bata sa stage na ito, sa pre-operational stage. Ang next stage ay ang concrete operational stage. Ages 7 to 11 years old. Dito sinasabi ni PJ na children further develop and master abstract thought and become less egocentric. So, what do you mean by egocentric? Dito, mas less na me ang mga bata. Dito, kasi in the previous stage, mas, ano sila, it should be all about me. Mom, you should focus on me. Dad, you should get me this. I want to have that. Buy me this. Buy me that. And in this stage, sa concrete operational stage, may nagiging less yun. At mas na-understand nila na not all events relate to themselves. So, hindi lang tungkol lagi sa kanila. Dito din yung mas na-apply nila yung sharing is caring. Dito, kasi mas nahahalubilo sila sa mga ibang bata. It's either they have classmates, friends na may kapatid na sila. Diyan. Dito din pumapasok yung like students more grasp in mas nag-grasp nila yung mga bagay na physical objects, na there are changes sa physical objects, like ice can turn into water or water can turn into ice. If you stretch a rubber, pwede sila bumalik sa original size. Diyan nila nag-grasp din yung idea na yan sa stage na ito. And then in this stage, dito nila na mas na-apply yung I want things organized by color, by size. Alam ko na pagdaanan din natin yan na gusto ko naka-organize lahat yung things na red. Gusto ko naka-organize lahat ng things na purple. Ganyan. Sa stage ito, dito, nade-develop yung mga bata yung ganyan. Yes. For the final stage ay ang formal operational stage. Yan yung puberty stage nila. Ages 12 and up. So, ang final stage ng cognitive development ay children learn more sophisticated rules ng logic. So, they can grasp more complicated math problems. They can solve it more easily than before. Dito din na-understand nila yung rules to understand how abstract concepts work, and like problem solving, how can they solve, sabihin natin, again nga, math problems or a life problem. Dito, pumapasok yung life deductions ng mga bata, or yung na-analyze nila yung environment nila. It can either be sa nature or sa behavior ng mga people. So, if someone fights in front of them or one of their friends are in a fight, they could make deductions, or they could like ask either one of them, is everything okay? Is there anything I can do to help you guys? Ganyan. Para magbati na kayo. Doon pumapasok yung problem solving skills nila to make deduction na, oh, I think friend number 1 is right. I think friend number 2 is right. You know, now, in this stage, they can identify what is right or wrong as well. Dito din, mas naiisip yung mga bata yung future possibilities. And what if. Yan pumapasok yung mga what if natin na mga tanong. Yes. Like, what if tama yung path na tinitake ko? What if this is not what I want? Is this the future that I want? Or example, mga future thinking natin na, hala, end of the world na ba tomorrow? Ganyan. Dito pumapasok yan yung mga potential outcomes in a given situation. Yan, mga overthinking skills natin. Overthinking. But yeah, dun pumapasok sa stage. Dito pumapasok sa stage na ito. And I think it still applies up until now sa atin. So yes, these are all the 4 stages of cognitive development ni John Piaget. Say it with me again. The first stage is sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete operational, and lastly, formal operational. And those are, again, yung cognitive development ni John Piaget.
Maturation. Arnold Giselle. Dr. Arnold Giselle, born in 1880, died in 1961. Dr. Giselle observed and documented patterns in the way children develop, showing that all children go through similar and predictable sequences, though each child moves through these sequences and his or her own rate of pace. Para sa inyo, ano nga ba ang maturation? So, ang maturation is process of biological growth and development that follows a predetermined genetic timetable. Ine-emphasize ito ang pagka-develop ng occur in a fixed sequence, and it's largely driven by genetic factors. Stage of maturation. Dr. Giselle introduced in 1925. For him, children develop follows a predictable and universal pattern driven by biological maturation, primarily the growth of central nervous system. Focus on observing and documenting patterns of development across various domains. So, sa stages of maturation, meron tayong tatlong stages. Physical maturation, cognitive maturation, and social and emotional maturation. So, simulan natin sa physical maturation. Physical maturation is focuses on the physical changes that occur with age. So, cephalocaudal development proceeds from head to toe. For example, infants gain control over their lips and tongues before gain control over their limbs. So, ang sinasabi dito is yung pagbabago ng katawan natin or pagde-develop, pag-iiba ng hugis ng katawan, pagkalaki ng katawan, paghaba ng mga daliri, simula siya sa head to toe. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng parte natin, lahat ng parts ng ating katawan is nagbabago. Kaya nga example ito is infants gain control over their lips and tongues before gaining control over their limbs. So next stages naman is sa physical maturation, merong motor skill. Babies learn to sit, stand, walk, and run in a specific order as their nervous system matures. Ibig sabihin dito, sinasabi dito sa physical maturation is yung simula siya sa toddlers hanggang sa kaya niya na makatakbo, makalakad, o makastand na walang tulong. Ibig sabihin, nagsisimula ang babies gumapang, crawling, dito nagsisimula yung pag-crawl, pag-stand, pagtayo, hanggang sa maging fully developed na yung katawan niya, hanggang sa kakatayo na siya mag-isa, nakakalakad na, at nakakatakbo. Sa ating next stages naman is cognitive maturation. Develop of complex thought process. Object permanence. Infants develop the understanding that objects continues to exist even when they are out of sight. This is why peekaboo is entertaining for babies but not adults. Ibig sabihin dito, mga baby dolls is continue to exist even when they are out of sight. Tulad nga ng example dito is why peekaboo is entertaining for babies. Yung mga something na nakaka-attract sa kanila is nakaka-entertain sa mga babies. Parang madali silang ma-attract dun sa mga ganung bagay. Next is continue ng cognitive maturation is symbolic. Children develop the ability to use symbols such as words or image to represent object or ideas. Sinasabi dito, gumagamit yung mga bata ng mga symbols. Sabi nga dito, such as words or image to represent object or ideas. For the last stages of maturation is social and emotional maturation that develop of child ability to understand and manage their own emotion, interact effectively with others, and build healthy relationship. Dito naman, marunong na yung mga bata na i-manage yung kanilang emotion. So, pagka nasasaktan sila or masaya, na-manage nila yon and interact effectively with others. So, kaya nila pag mabait yung tao, syempre magkakaroon ng mabuild yung healthy relationship niya sa tao, parang may magkakaroon siya ng tiwala sa tao na makakasalamuha niya. Parang nakaka-interact na rin sila sa mga tao. Parang na may emotion sila na, uy, mabait itong tao na to. So parang magkakaroon ng samay dyan na dito ako parang masaya siya doon sa tao na yun. And then, self-regulation. Giselle believed that even newborns, sinasabi to, kahit do yung bagong panganak is could regulate their own behavior such as their sleep or feeding schedules. Siyempre, yung mga bata yan, parang pagpagod or antok, parang may sila na, okay, tutulog na ako, ganito, ganyan. Tapos pag gutom na, may schedule sila ng sinasabi dito ni Giselle na parang may beliefs na kaya din may schedule din yung mga bata. Parang kaya nilang i-regulate yung mga behavior nila.
So let us move on with Jessel's cycle of development. So it is known as the cyclical spiral. So this is 6 stages that repeat throughout the life. And these stages are not defined age periods, but rather represent recurring patterns of growth and changes. Why do you think Arnold Jessel called it the cyclical spiral? So, Arnold Jessel called his stages of development cyclical spiral. As you can see in our presentation, yung spiral ay paikot. So, meron dito nakalagay na yung 6 stages and yung ages and also equilibrium and disequilibrium. Do you know anything about equilibrium and disequilibrium? So equilibrium and disequilibrium is stability and instability. So let us first go with the equilibrium. So ang equilibrium po ay ang kapag balance ang current knowledge ng isang bata sa kanyang experiences. And ang disequilibrium naman po ay kapag nagkaroon ng new information yung bata na hindi align sa kanyang existing knowledge at understanding, ay magkakaroon po ng confusion and cognitive conflict. Something that I can relate to equilibrium and disequilibrium is John Piaget's schema. So John Piaget used a dog as the child schema. So the scenario here was
um, the child was walking along with his parent. Then later on, the child saw an animal that has four legs. It is furry and has a tail. And later on, the animal barked. So, upon hearing the animal's bark, the child knew that it was a dog. So, he told his parent that, oh, that is a dog. After what happened and after what the child encountered, of course, yung alam niya na kapag nakita siya ng animal na with four legs, a furry coat, and a tail, alam niyang dog lang yun. So, kaya, nung sumunod na beses na makakita siya ng animal, ay napagkamalan niya itong dog pa din. Which is, it is another animal na. At dahil dun sa panibagong na-encounter niya, ay nagkaroon ng confusion yung child. Which is, akala niya lahat ng four-legged animal with a furry coat and a tail is a dog. Which is mali. So now let us move on to the 6 stages of developmental cycle. So first we have is smooth. So it is a period of relative stability and equilibrium where the child is comfortable and functioning well. So dito of course comfortable kasi nagsisimula pa lang yung bata na kilalanin yung kanyang surroundings or yung kanyang environment. Next is we have breakup. So it is a period of disruption and instability where the child experiences challenges and may regress in some areas. So dahil dito sa challenges na to ay magkaroon ng change of behavior but not in a good way but in a bad way. Next is we have sorting out. So it is a period of reorganization and adjustment where the child begins to make sense of the changes and integrate new skills. So, dito naman ay nagkakaroon na ng kaisipan yung bata na maging organized and mag-adjust that there are changes and also willing siya to adapt new skills. Next is we have inwardizing. So, it is a period of internal reflection and consolidation where the child focuses on processing and integrating experiences. So, dito, nagkakaroon na yung bata ng self-reflection sa kanyang mga naging experience, whether it is good or it is bad. So, next is we have expansion. So, it is a period of growth and outward expression where the child applies new skills and expands their abilities. So, dito, ina-apply na nung bata sa kanyang sarili yung mga bagong skills or new skills na natutunan niya or na-adapt niya. And also, pinapalawak niya palalo yung mga capability and abilities niya. And lastly, we have the neurotic fitting together. So, it is a period of integration and balance where the child finds a new equilibrium and incorporates the changes into their overall development. Here in neurotic fitting together, dahil nga nagpo-focus na siya sa integration and balance. So from the word balance, so it means equilibrium or the current knowledge that a child has or a person has, and then it is aligned with its understanding. So, dito ay hindi na nagkakaroon ng disequilibrium or instability yung isang bata kasi willing na siyang mag-adapt sa changes. So, kung alam niyang hindi lahat ganito, hindi lahat ganyan, willing siyang malaman or matuto doon. Then, dahil doon, pinagsasama-sama niya lahat ng kaalaman niya, then i-apply niya for his or her overall development.
Now that we are done discussing about the stages and the cycle of maturation, dumako naman tayo sa humanistic. Humanism, or humans kung saan nakafocus sa tao. So, sino nga ba si Abraham Maslow? Abraham Maslow, his time period start from 1908 hanggang 1917. Maslow also spent much of his time at the library kung saan mas gusto niyang i-develop yung academic tips na meron siya. Consequently, nagkaroon siya ng interest sa self-actualization and the optimization of human experience. Also, Abraham Maslow was an American psychologist who was a pioneer in humanistic psychology. So, meron tayong 4 key characteristic of humanistic approach. First is the nurturing whole child, focuses on emotional, social, and cognitive development, values individual experiences. Lastly, or fourth, is to promote self-directed learning and personal growth. So, ano nga ba ang humanistic approach? Humanistic approach, ito yung naka-emphasize yung unique potential ng isang tao at naka-focus sa personal growth and self-actualization nila. Pag sinabing personal growth, personal, tayo, sarili natin. Growth, ito yung development natin throughout the years na nabubuhay tayo. And self-actualization, sarili natin. Dito naman is parang dito na natin naiintindihan yung weakness, strengths natin, kagustuhan natin, yung mga decision making natin. So, pag sinabing humanistic approach, ito yung own development natin, capable of making choices and making our own lives. So, let me tackle about the key characteristic and explain each of it. So, nurturing whole child. Pag sinabing nurturing, ito yung way or kung paano tayo alagaan or paano alagaan yung isang bata. And if you are a humanistic educator, you believe that learning is a holistic process. Holistic process, pag sinabing holistic process, sakop niya yung cognitive, affective, and yung psychomotor. So, holistic process, it is encompasses the emotional, social, cognitive, and physical aspect of a child. Also, a humanistic educator also believe that we need to create a learning environment kung saan nanunurture niya lahat ng dimension. Also, it foster the sense of well-being and personal growth. Kung saan dapat daw pag inaalagaan yung bata, hindi lang nakafocus sa isa, sa dalawa, or sa hindi ka lang dapat nakafocus sa isang dimension. Dapat sakop mo lahat. Nabibigay mo yung needs na pangangailangan niya physically, emotionally, and mentally. Next is focuses on emotional, social, and cognitive development. Sinasabi dito na dapat ini-emphasize daw yung interconnectedness ng tatlong ito. Hindi lang dapat sa isa, hindi lang dapat dalawa. Dapat connected silang tatlo kasi this is a crucial role for shaping a person's experience. Ina-encourage din daw dapat ng mga humanistic educator yung mga estudyante nila to explore their emotions and develop their social skills and hindi lang dapat critical thinking skills. Next is the values in individual experiences. Sinasabi dito na as a humanistic educator, you believe that the students' background are different to each others. Iba-iba yung na-experience nila, iba-iba yung paniniwala nila, yung mga perspective nila, yung beliefs nila, yung values nila. And as a humanistic educator, you respect every different students that you met. You're not biased. You didn't exclude. When you're going to make some activities, you're always include everyone. And you're not like, ito yung religion mo, so dapat dito ka. No, as a humanistic educator, hindi daw dapat ganon. Or hindi siya ganon. Ang ginagawa niya, gagawa siya ng isang activity kung saan pwede lahat ng batang na makapag-interact, makapag-usap, and makapag-share ng mga gusto nila, favorites nila, mga hobbies nila, or yung mga hilig nila, mga ganon. So, lastly is promote self-directed learning and personal growth. Dito, as humanistic educator, ina-encourage daw natin yung mga students to take ownership of their learning and pursue their own interests and goals. Ina-emphasize din dito na yung mga curiosity or yung pag-explore or yung self-reflection ng isang bata is we are letting them to feel and to learn based on their experiences. Hindi natin sila minamandoan na dapat ganito gawin mo, dapat ito yung piliin mo. No. We're letting them to choose kung ano yung gusto nilang path. Gusto ba nila magpulis? Gusto ba nilang kumanta? Gusto ba nilang sumayaw? Gusto ba nilang maging engineer or architect someday? Mga ganun. Overall, humanistic approach is characterized by deep respect of the individual, a belief in their intent potential, and a commitment to creating learning environments that nurture the growth and self-discovery. Maslow theory, also known as the theory of hierarchical needs. It is also depicted as pyramid with 5 levels. It is also examines the whole person and the individual uniqueness or kung paano tayo or how we are different to one another. People also are motivated to meet basic needs with some prioritizing others. So here's the 5 levels na naka-pyramid siya. The first level is the physiological, second level is safety, third level is love or belonging, fourth level is esteem, and the highest level is the self-actualization. So the first level is physiological. Physiological needs are biological requirements for human survival. Ito yung mga basic needs na kailangan natin para makasurvive tayo sa isang araw. Ito yung mga air, food, drink, shelter, clothing, warmth, sex, and sleeps. Siyempre, hindi naman tayo makakasurvive sa isang araw kung wala tayong tinitirahan kasi minsan sobrang init, sobrang maulan. Pag wala tayong tubig, sobrang dry ng ano natin. And next level is the safety. Here, people want to experience the order, predictability, and control in their lives. Emotional security and financial security. Dito gusto nila ma-experience kung saan meron silang stable job, financial na stable financial, tapos meron silang bahay, kumbaga yung mga pangangailangan nila at the age of this level is meron sila. Next level is yung love or belonging. It refers to a human emotional need for interpersonal relationships, affiliating, connectedness, and being part of a group. Trust, acceptance, and friendship. Dito sa third level nito, fino-focus dito yung pangangailangan ng isang tao, yung pagkakaroon natin ng kakilala, ng lover, family, or friendship na pwede nating makausap, makasama, makakwentuhan. And this is also where we need someone to trust and someone to grow with, someone to be with. So sa third level, nakafocus siya sa pagkakaroon natin ng makakasama sa buhay natin. Kung ang first level is yung basic needs natin to survive for a day, second level is to survive through our life, kasi syempre financial, bahay, job, yung mga ganon. Then the third level naman, nakafocus siya sa pangangailangan natin ng kasama. Next is the fourth level, which is the esteem. Esteem are the fourth level in Maslow hierarchy, kung saan nakafocus yung pangangailangan natin sa self-worth, accomplishment, and respect. Ito na yung status, prestige. So, kumbaga, sa fourth level, dito nakafocus yung pangangailangan natin. Ano ba yung nakamit natin through our lives? Maganda ba? Are we in that level kung saan nabibili natin yung kagustuhan natin? May na-accomplish ba tayo? Graduate ba tayo sa college? Nakapagtrabaho ba tayo sa gusto natin? Yung mga ganon. Kumbaga, if ever that we achieve something, na-recognize ba ito ng ibang tao? Did they respect us? Nakuha ba natin yung respect ng ibang tao? And that is the fourth level kung saan it is our self, sarili nating recognition and recognition ng isang tao para sa atin. The highest level is the self-actualization. Kung saan ito yung realization of a person's potential, self-fulfillment, seeking personal growth, and peak of experiences. So, syempre, first level again, nakafocus siya sa basic needs. Second level, safety and security, hindi lang physically, maging sa mentally and emotionally. Third level is the love or belonging, kung saan nakafocus sa pangangailangan natin na may makakasama tayo sa future. And fourth level is sa esteem, kung saan may nakamit ba tayo, nakagawa ba natin yung mga gusto nating gawin, na-achieve ba natin yon, at na-recognize ba tayo ng ibang tao. And lastly, the highest level, self-actualization. Ito na yung realization natin sa lahat ng level na yon. Mayroon ba tayong potential? Meron ba tayong na-fulfill? Did we grow enough throughout those years? Ito na yung mismong peak experiences kung saan nagre-reflect na tayo sa mga bagay na nagawa na natin, sa mga bagay na dumaan or sa buhay natin through our past life, those past. And sabi nga dito, to become everything one is capable of becoming.
So for the last part of our report, we have here a quote that says, "What we see changes what we know, and what we know changes what we see." So this is a quote by John Piaget that means our perception and understanding of the world are shaped by our prior knowledge and experiences.